Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you an intraday reversal trading strategy step by step. Reversal trading can be one of the tricky strategies to master and it is not generally advised for beginners. However, it is really good to be aware of how to identify a possible reversal because even if you are trading in the other direction, you want to anticipate when a market is likely to reverse. Well, the most important thing to remember about reversal trading is to keep it in perspective. This mainly includes being aware of what time frame you are trading so that you know when you are looking to get in and more precisely when you are looking to get out. I'm going to go through it with you guys, more information in just a moment, including top-down analysis. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Emily and on Mindfully Trading, I share my journey as I grow and develop as a Forex trader, as well as some educational tips along the way. I've been trading for about 5 years now, and I trade in both my live account with IC Markets, as well as in my prop trading account with a prop firm, the 5%ers. If you're not sure what a prop firm is, I talk more about it in this video and how it is a great option if you are a trader who struggles with lack of capital. I'll talk more about them later in this video, but for now, all of the software that I will be using is linked in the description below. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and let's get straight into it. Before I jump onto TradingView charts, which is where I carry out all of my technical analysis, I just want to show you my account here in MetaTrader 5. So this is the account that I trade with the prop firm, the 5%ers, and I'm merely showing you the trade that I took this week in the account so that you can see that this is a recap of a live trade. So I did take this in the markets. This was taken on Monday, the 29th of July of this year, 2024. I've had some people asking me why I don't trade in TradingView. When I first started trading, TradingView was quite limited on the amount of brokers you could integrate with it. And so old habits die hard for me. I'm still using MetaTrader, but let's hop on to TradingView now and I'll go through the trade with you step by step, showing you my exact strategies that I used for this reversal trade. I know, I said we would hop onto TradingView. I tricked you. Here we are on forexfactory.com, and this is one of the most important steps for me and part of keeping it into perspective, and that is to check that there is no major news event being released that day. So when I took this trade on the Monday, as you can see, there was no news scheduled to be released that day. However, this week has been a pretty big week for the dollar, and that is one of the major currency pairs in all of the Forex markets, also the one that I trade, pound dollar, because we've had FOMC and federal funds rate being released on the Wednesday. We've had some major news on the Tuesday as well as the Thursday. And then obviously today, Friday, the first Friday of August is going to be NFP. Historically, when there's a lot of news being released in this way, it can anticipate a rather choppy week. Then for me, looking at this on the Monday when there was in fact no news being released, meant that I was very interested in any opportunities available on the Monday before the week really kicked in. And so let's start a breakdown of the technical analysis step by step, starting with top-down analysis. So for that, I'm going to go through a few different timeframes that I use, and this is based on my strategy, which is intraday trading. So I like to get in and out of the markets generally in the same day, more often than not during the New York session, which runs from 1:30 GMT in the afternoon until around about 4 o'clock. I start off by looking at the weekly time frame, and all I'm doing here is seeing how the previous week candlestick closed. Pretty simple. As you can see here, the previous week was in fact a small bearish candlestick. So nothing major really happened last week. We're still in this period of pullback on the larger time frame perspective, but of course a pullback can always turn into a long-term pullback or even a reversal. But for me at the moment, keeping it simple, last week was bearish. So this week we're looking to possibly continue with that bearish pullback. Dropping now to the daily time frame, and I usually do the same form of assessment in terms of the most recent candlesticks. However, for this trade, I actually utilized a key daily level. Now this was a pivot level, and I want to show you exactly how I calculated this. And for that, I zoomed out on the daily time frame so that we've got around about 300 candlesticks, so 300 days, looking at pretty much the last year's worth of data. And what I was looking at here, what I was most interested in was in fact this level here. And that is based on structure. Let me explain in more detail. Looking back a year ago, the daily was making an uptrend here. We had a high form here and a low, and we broke this higher and made a new high. However, this didn't sustain itself. We got this rather sharp V back down, and although price consolidated here, it's confirmed with this move. As we dropped down, we closed below this previous higher low. We made a little pullback, and then we had a sudden drop, taking out these lows. When price did that, I was most interested in this red line I've drawn because this was the most recent confirmed high before it broke the structure. And this level was further tested here. We got a rejection wick here. We actually got a close above it and an immediate close back down with these mirror bars here. And we got another wick rejection right here. So when price broke this level at the beginning of July, I thought that there was a very strong chance that we would get a pullback to this level. And this is how pivots work. They can be a support or a resistance in either direction, depending on which side price is in, whether price is above the pivot level or below the pivot level. And now looking at the most recent candlesticks on the daily, what I am interested in again, we know that from last week, from the weekly, that we had this pullback here. But what I'm most interested in is the way the candlesticks pull back. As you can see, this first candlestick was a very strong bearish candlestick down. We got a little green candlestick here where price was kind of flicking back up, but it didn't sustain and it continued pulling back. But this candlestick here was a very sharp bearish down. There was no lower wick, it was dropping. And I thought that was very interesting. That's a lot of momentum coming into the sell side with a little small green candlestick close on the Friday. So price is coming down on the daily. Just before the New York session, I looked at my charts and I looked intraday to see what had happened during the morning, during the London breakout session. And as you can see here, we'd had this nice pullback up. And then Monday morning, price opened and it had dropped straight down to this pivot level on the daily with a very large momentum bearish candlestick closing on the 4-hourly time frame. And what did this tell me on the 4-hourly? Well, naturally, it told me that we had a huge sell-off in the morning. But as I said at the beginning of this video, it's crucial to keep it into perspective. So every trade is different. Every reversal trade is different. And for me, the more points that you can have to validate it as a possible reversal, the more credibility it gives to that trade. So for me, I was just interested at this moment at this key level. I wasn't sure that I was going to get in on a reversal. During this sell-off at first, I obviously thought short was going to be the way because we had this huge sell-off. However, quite often with trading, when you get such a large candlestick like this, it's natural that you get a bounce in the opposite direction. So in fact, the fact that we had such a huge sell-off into this pivot level, into this previous structure here, made me even more interested in a possible bounce, a reversal. And that's when I dropped to a faster time frame. I dropped to the 15-minute time frame, and this was during the New York session. So in the morning, we had this huge drop down during the London with some really big bearish candlesticks. But this pattern I found very interesting. So price had come down sharply straight through this pivot level. It consolidated under this level, and then we got some bigger bullish candlesticks pushing up, and we started to get this structure forming. As price curved like this, that was when I thought that there was a high chance that we could get a pullback down to this pivot level and then maybe another push up, forming a double bottom pattern at this pivot line. So the key daily level, the pivot level, in conjunction with the momentum that we're seeing and this pattern are all points for me, all areas of confluence to validate my trade idea for a long. I set an alert at this pivot level. And when price came down here on the 15 minutes, my alert went off and I dropped to an even faster time frame to just see what price was doing. As price made this green candlestick here on the 5 minutes, I decided to set an order here, a buy stop order just above this pivot level, because I thought there was a chance that if price started to push up, it could push up quite quickly given the perspective, the time of day that we're seeing, because this is later in the day. All morning we have already had the sell-off and now we were consolidating, so I thought the chances of a push up was quite strong. However, it's so important with reversals to manage your risk, and for me that meant setting a stop loss of 15 pips. And my target was just past the high here at 1.5R. Now, usually I would have a runner on for the week in the direction of where I think the week's likely to go. However, it is now the summer holidays and my trading takes a more conservative approach to manage risk while the markets dip a little bit in volume. Plus, the fact that the perspective of this is that on the daily we are still pushing down long term. That's why perspectives are crucial. If you're looking at a reversal from the daily time frame, you may aim for a much larger target. For me, as this reversal is tailored to the intraday time frame, my execution being on the 5 minute, I was certainly not looking to overstay my welcome. I just wanted to get a nice base hit. So I set a smaller target. And as you can see, price rallied straight up. It triggered me straight into this trade and it went straight up to my target. And now in real time, you can see exactly where this trade is in comparison with the way that price played out this week. On the Monday, I managed to get a nice win here, a little bounce, but it didn't sustain. It consolidated most of Tuesday and Wednesday, and yesterday on the Thursday, we got a break back below this pivot level. We got a beautiful retest here of the pivot, which would have been a lovely place to get in for a short, but I missed that at the time. Unfortunately, I didn't get into that trade. And now currently we are trading down here at the lows. So it has been a choppy week so far. I'm interested to see how it's going to play out today on NFP. If we get some news that is poor for the dollar, meaning the pound rises, I'd still be watching this pivot level because it could get a retest here and it might set up a potential trade for next week, but we shall see. Did you trade this pair this week? Let me know in the comments below. I'm super interested to hear about your comments, your takes on reversal trading. And if you want some more information on the strategy itself or perhaps some of the components involved in this video, I have recently launched a book this year, Forex Trading 101. It's a great guide if you are, especially if you are a beginner and you want to learn more about trading Forex. If you'd like a copy, there's a link in the description below where you can download your ebook. And I know this video is starting to get a bit longer, so before I sign off, I just want to give a quick update for those of you who are interested in my journey with the prop firm, the 5%ers, trading my prop account. Here is a look at the dashboard. Another small step forwards towards that profit target this week, the profit target of $2,000, which when I hit, means that I will get access to the fully funded account size of $20,000. That's when the excitement begins because that's when I can continue trading, scale that account up. I'm so excited about the scaling program that the 5%ers offer with their hyper growth program. There's a lot of potential, but it's all about patience, and that's what trading is all about, in my opinion. Just focusing on the day-to-day, taking the best trades that you can, focusing on the journey and trusting that it will lead you towards a really, really sweet destination. But here, my graph has been a little bit choppy the past couple of months because I've taken some pretty emotional red weeks, which I've talked about in past videos. That's the nature of trading as well as being a full-time mum. It can get pretty heated, it can get emotional at times, but I'm just happy that I am carrying on and making progress towards that target. What really helps me to continue trading with a prop firm, which let me tell you, it can certainly be stressful at times, is that the program that I am enrolled in has a unlimited amount of time to pass. And it didn't always have this. There used to be a max time on the account, which meant that you had to hit the target by a certain time threshold, and that made it incredibly stressful. But now there is no maximum time. You can take your time, which is what I'm doing, and focus on the trading rather than rushing and making poor quality decisions. It's a big game changer for me, and if you feel like you're ready to have a go yourself, if you are consistently making profits and you're ready to step your game up, have a go at a program with a prop firm. I definitely recommend the 5%ers. I've got another video if you want some more information on the hyper growth program, or there's a link below in the description if you want to check out their programs for yourself. Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed the video, please let me know by smashing the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.